Truth be told, he's always been a hustler on a mission. Mission for greatness. Some people are naturally blessed with the hustler's ambition. Now, this story is one that we're all quite familiar with. This man had talent and a dream. Three things that he always had besides his 45 were intelligence, ambition, and intuition. Hustler is not simply born. The true hustler is created as he adapts to the bullshit this world throws at him.
This is Andre of Big Gemini Kennels, aka BGK. Welcome back. Smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment, let us know what you're thinking. Make sure you hit that alert button so that you're notified every time we drop content, and that's going to be frequently because we came to drop bombs. Beast mode.
Hey, what up? So today, Dre BGK is here to hit you with a story time. Let's get ready for a BGK story time.
The time that I went fishing in the middle of the night with my dog BGK's The Rock, a giant XL American bully, and we came face to face with a huge Rottweiler that wanted smoke. And yeah, a crazy dog fight happened right there on the spot. Hey, what up everybody? It's Andre BGK back at you with another BGK story time. Today's story time, I want to talk about one of my favorite dogs I ever owned, period, and that would be BGK's The Rock. Now, if you've been following my story times, you would know that I originally bought him as a young adult for $25,000. If you haven't had the chance to watch my story time about buying BGK's The Rock, you're missing out. Make sure you go back and find that story time and check it out. And we had a very strong bond, extremely strong bond. Like honestly, probably the strongest bond I had with any dog that I've ever owned. And that's just being honest. Like I could read that dog from the day I got him until the day that he wasn't with me anymore, RIP. I could read every aspect of this dog. It was easy to read him. And one thing a lot of people assumed that wasn't true about him was he was just this gentle giant that wouldn't hurt a fly. Now, marketing is everything, right? And you want everybody to know every aspect of the XL American breed. And since BGK's The Rock was definitely an ambassador for the bully breed, if you will, I definitely want to put him out there in a certain light. So you will see us in the stores doing service dog videos. You will see us interacting with people at the beach. You will see us in Walmart. There was a lot of videos of me and Rock going everywhere that put out a very specific image of Rock, which was very true. So it wasn't anything that I was hiding, but it was other things that I wasn't really exposing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I'll explain it this way. Like Rock reciprocated whatever energy he came into contact with, and because of that I always kept a big can of bear mace in my front right pocket. So if you watch my videos closely, like look right here, that is a can of bear mace, right? That's there to protect Rock in case anything happens. And when I say this, Rock as a 150-pound XL American bully, the biggest blue at that time, he was the biggest blue bully walking around when he was in his prime. He can handle any dog that came his way, and Rock definitely had that alpha edge. A lot of people didn't realize that, but Rock was a strong, tough dog. He was also super balanced, so if he didn't know you and you weren't posing a threat, I could introduce you guys, and I did that a lot with a lot of people. However, one thing he didn't respond to was bad energy, and we read each other's energy very well. Rock could know, like I could literally shift my energy and just stare at a space on the wall and direct my energy in that way, and Rock would get super tense and he'd be staring at that same space on the wall. His tail is up, his ears are up, he's focused, he's ready for whatever, and that's just a bond that you develop with your dog, and that's the bond that I had with Rock. So a lot of people didn't understand that at home, behind the scenes, from what they were seeing with Rock, when I'm promoting him out in public and showing that he can interact with babies and the general public and meet handicapped people and new people and just be a loving beast, which he truly is. When he's at home in that backyard, he's a serious guard dog. Like seriously, like he's not letting anything cross that fence line. He's ready for whatever that comes. He's a barker, and he only barks and lets me know. He only alerts when there's something to be alerted to. He's not a bored barker. You know, some dogs that just bark to hear their voice, you know, because they're bored. He doesn't do that. He barks with a purpose. And I know when I hear Rock's voice, it's that time. It's go time. Something's going on out there, right? So With that being said, I'm also an outdoorsman a lot. I like to fish. I like to go out and be involved with nature, get away from the concrete and the steel that Los Angeles has. Man, it's a concrete jungle out here. So I like to go out to the open spaces where there is nature. And believe it or not, a lot of people don't realize that in Los Angeles, even though Los Angeles is a big city or a big county, if you will, there's still a lot of places to go hunting, fishing, where you're still gonna find coyotes, nature, mountain lions, snakes, everything you expect to see out in the wild. We have that, so I seek that out. So I like to go catfishing. This time I decided to kind of leave late at night and go out to go fish, because whenever I go catfishing, I like to get there right when the light is just starting to go down, like when the sun's just starting to go down, like sunfall. And as it goes down, the bite usually increases, because catfish tend to be a lot more active at night. So that's what I was doing this time. I'll take a weapon or two with me, a flashlight, a knife, bear spray, and then one of my dogs, and on this run I decided to bring Rock with me on this run. So we went out to the lake, and we had to go pretty far from where we parked to where we actually ended up. Was I would say probably like a mile or so in, because there was a specific spot I was looking for. And as we were walking up the trail going through the woods, Rock was right beside me. I had him off leash because I didn't expect to see anybody else, but there was a couple people that passed us on the trail, and whenever I pass somebody, I always button it up. I snap him back on the leash so everybody feel comfortable, even though he just is going to stay next to me regardless, leash or not. The leash doesn't keep him there, but anyway, so while we're passing him, there was this guy, and he kind of looked this I don't know how to explain it. There was this guy, and he kind of looked like almost homeless, just unkept, you know what I mean? And he had this big ass rock with him, right? And for whatever reason, Rock and this rock kind of like got tense at each other, like they faced off, right? And as they faced off, I'm pulling Rock's leash, like, come on, let's go. Another guy, he's kind of like just leaving his lead pretty slack, kind of like he wants to see what's going to happen, right? I'm kind of tripping off of that, like, dude, like, grab your damn dog, bro. Like, for real, I could just drop this leash right now, we'll have a problem out here, right? I mean, from the way he was initially acting, it made me feel like your dog can get his ass whooped and you can get your ass whooped too, right now. We start kind of yelling at each other a little bit. He snatches the leash back and walks off in the opposite direction than what I'm going with the rock, And I'm kind of like, what a fucking weirdo. Like, why would you let the dogs get that close and almost have an interaction? Like, you just want to see what would happen? Like, man, like, that was about to be a problem. I was really about to mace his dog right there on the spot, which is why I carried the mace, not for Rock, but I'll mace the other dog and I'll take the heat so they don't have me trying to put my dog to sleep because he did something that they're blaming him for, but he did it for the right reason. So anyway, keep going up the trail. I find the little cove I'm looking for, and I go ahead and set up my poles. I put my poles out there. I'm doing the bait and wait, so I'm just kind of not really tripping out too much. Rock's just hanging out next to me. I have a headlamp on so I can kind of see out there because it's so dark, man. And then all of a sudden, Rock gets up and he's growling towards the dark. And like I told y'all, Rock does not bark or growl in the dark or any other time unless he has a purpose. Like, there's a purpose when he barks and growls. So that immediately put me on edge. I put my phone up and I'm trying to take my light. I grab my regular flashlight and I'm shining it out in the dark. I'm not catching any eyes. I'm not seeing anything. So I'm like, what the hell is Rock going on? Like, there ain't nothing out there, bro. So I kind of call Rock back because he's going to like the edge. Like, he's walking away from where I'm fishing and standing at the edge of light. You know what I mean? I don't like that. So I want him closer. Like, Rock, get over here. So he comes back and I fish for like another 20, 30 minutes. And this time I hear Rock growl, and he's really like growling, like something's close growling, right? And I shine the light out. When I shine the light out, I kind of see something moving, but I can't see it. I can't see exactly what it is. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, okay, all right, I got to stop fishing for a second to see what's going on. So I get my regular flashlight. Rock and I start looking around, and as we're looking around, I don't see anything. I heard something, but you hear a lot of stuff out here. It's the middle of the night. We're in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere. Like, literally, there's not any headlights from cars. Like, there's nobody else out here but me, I think, anyway. So with that being said, we look around for a while. Rock is not growling while we're looking around. He's not showing me any signs of being alert, so I'm not as worried about the situation. Okay, maybe, it was some of the wildlife that came close, and that's going to be that, So we go back, and I'm fishing, and I actually get a fish on. And, of course, right as I get a fish on, I hear Rock growl, and then he bounces. He runs out, like, out. Like, I don't know where he's going, but he goes out of my sight as far as my circle of light goes. So I'm like, fuck, do I just let this pole go? Like, fuck no. All right. So I'm reeling the pole in fast as I can. I'm reeling it in, reel it in. It wasn't even a big catfish. It was a smaller catfish. I kind of just took my pole in the catfish and I tossed it on the ground so I could run off and that the fish would still be there when I got back. So I grabbed my flashlight, I grabbed my bear mace, and I'm running through the woods because I could hear growling, you know, but I can't tell if there's a fight or if he just found something he's growling. So finally I get to where Rock is and he's facing the tree and he's growling and I can't see anything. So I go around the side and I'm shining a light and there goes that Rottweiler from earlier and it's growling back. So these dogs are like faced off. So now I can see obviously this dog must have found us. You know, maybe he got away from his owner. By the way his owner was acting, maybe he let the damn dog go and maybe he's hiding in the bushes somewhere to see what happens. I don't fucking know. All I know is right now I'm in the middle of the woods. I got bear spray, I got Rock, and I got this Rottweiler, and it's about to go. And all of a sudden, the Rock attacked, and as Rock attacked, Rock attacked, and simultaneously, boom. We're talking about the clash of the titans. Two heavyweights just smashing into each other, ready to do whatever. It was crazy. So right there, they're in the middle of the woods, they're clinging, they're going in on each other. And I want to use the bear spray, push the button on the bear spray. Guess what? And this is why you always want to make sure you get a fresh bottle. It was like, and that's it. By mistake, I had grabbed an older bottle. I felt a little light, but I didn't think it was empty. So the bear spray is not doing nothing. And these dogs are going at it. I mean, going at it. You know, and this is a big rock. This is obviously a German rock and Rock. And they're just, because of the fur, Rock seems like he's having a hard time getting a good grip. You know, so they're going back and forth. And finally, Rock pinned that rot. And when I say he pinned that rot, man, he locked that rot down. This is when I'm not gonna lie, I'm not scared of my own dog, but in this instance, the way he looked and the way he's responding, I've never seen him as aggressive. Like, this is not the dog you guys are seeing on the video that I'm walking through the mall. This is not the dog you're seeing in Walmart greeting babies. This is a full-blown, I'm trying to kill this dog and nothing's gonna stop me from killing it. And he's succeeding, right? The back and forth stop, he has the rod on his back, he has it by the throat, and he's still ragdolling every so often, and the other dog is just trying to get out, but it's done, bro. There is no getting out of it. Like, he absolutely owned his rod. And at that time, I ran up on him because the rod is not a threat no more. It's just a matter of if Rock is going to kill this Roddy or not. And I'm getting him off. I'm hitting him on the head. Now here's the funny part. Right at the same time, the guy comes out of the dark with a flash like, hey man, is that my dog? Like, bro, were you where? I don't know if he was watching the whole time, but my gut tells me he was there just to watch. I really think he released his dog and wanted to see what happened between our two dogs. And when he seen his dog getting his ass ate, he decided to try to come out. So now he's all coming out and he's got a little wooden bat in his hand. I'm like, dude, if you hit my dog, I'm gonna fucking knock you out. Do not touch my dog. He's like, well, control your dog. I'm like, your dog was loose. My dog was over here with me. He's like, no, your dog came out here chasing it. I was like, because he was off leash and threatening us already. So anyway, we both run over to the dogs and I'm able to get Rock off. I used a wooden bat, by the way. I took it from him and I kind of put it in his mouth and was prying up. And it took me forever. I was using it as a break stick. That's the best way to describe it. I was using the handle of the bat, the skinniest part of the bat, as a break stick to pry Rock's mouth open from being around that Rott's throat. Otherwise, it wasn't going to come off, period.
And it was very ineffective at first. It took me a good 10 minutes to separate them. And even then, Rock was ready to get that rod again. The rod was just laying there. It was done. Like, it was done.
One thing I can't forget about that night is the way he kept yelling, your dog is killing my fucking dog. He's killing my fucking dog. What's wrong with you? Like it's my fault.
I don't think the Roddy died. I did see the guy come back with his pickup truck. He had drove it back over there and he had lifted it into the back and I helped him lift that Roddy into the back.
Now, one thing that really tripped me out, and if you know Rock, you will understand why this is weird. When he came back in that truck, Rock was trying to get to him the entire time. I had to hold Rock off and tie him to a tree because he wanted to eat this guy. I'm sure he sensed bad energy.
We didn't exchange information. I didn't really like the dude, man. Like, I still don't trust that dude. The whole time that I'm helping him load the truck, I'm really ready for him to act weird so I can go ahead and just clean him. Like, I'm really ready to just clean him at any second. But anyway, the way that ended was me taking Rot to the vet the next day because he had a couple superficial bites, nothing bad, a couple puncture wounds, you know, nothing that a little Clavamox didn't fix. So I ended up giving him a little Clavamox, a little penicillin G, and he was fine. Those wounds healed right up. But yeah, Now, I'm very careful when I go fishing at night. I take a little bit more with me than I used to. I'll leave it at that. But yeah, be careful when you're out there in nature with your dog. You never know what you're going to encounter. And I really didn't want to tell this story because Rock is not a killer or nothing like that. And I don't want people to get any thoughts. I've never been into dog fighting. I don't advocate dog fighting. But this situation happened. And this breed does have it in them to protect themselves or to deal with the dog attack. And he did just that. So be clear, this video is not to advocate dog fighting. It's simply an event that I didn't even want to tell you guys, but I decided to let you guys in on it, you know. So judge me if you will, but there's nothing I could do at that point. In a second I could break up the dog fight. I broke up the dog fight and tended to my dog. But keep your dogs on leash if you can't control your dog, no matter if you think you're in the middle of nowhere where nobody's going to be. We have a raw dog food coming out. It'll be available in about 3 weeks. It's organic. It's USDA approved. It is made by all organic USDA approved content. It is made at a USDA approved factory. So everything about this is top tier. We always say quality matters. We're not going to go give you a dog food that isn't top quality. It contains everything you would want. It contains the organs. It contains the meat. It contains fish as far as the omega-1, the omega-3. Dude, this, I don't even want to say much more. I will give you some more details as it comes out, but we're really excited to introduce this to the public. Coming soon to a store near you, or you can order it directly from our website, however you like to do it. I look forward to what we're doing in the future, man. It's going to be huge. It's going to be crazy. And also, if you guys want to pick up my books, go to the website, BigGeminiKennels.com, right here. BigGeminiKennels.com, and check us out. I actually have a combo special. If you don't have both of the books, go ahead and grab both of the books. You can only get that on my website. You can only get the combo deal for both of the books for a lower price on my website. But you can also purchase my books on Amazon.com. If you like to purchase it from there, I suggest you get it from my website, but I'm happy for you to purchase it on Amazon if you like to. All right, Andre BGK, and I'm out.